Hello YouTube, I am IJ Onwibo and I want to do a series talk on the subject of limiting beliefs. Before I go on, I must let you know that I am speaking from individual opinion point based on my experiences and learning, so do not be forced to agree with me or do what I say. Also, go ahead and hit the subscribe button on the lower right corner of the screen and give me a thumbs up if you like what I have to say. Okay. I would also like your comments about your opinion and experiences so that we can all learn together from each other. So, limiting beliefs. What is it? A simple Google search will give you a definition such as beliefs that constrain us in some way. My personal definition for it is beliefs that keep us from living our best lives. On this vlog, I want to focus on the limiting beliefs dealing with choices. So when it comes to choices, everything about life is a choice. I mean, this is probably simple for many of you, but there are people that do not know this because of the culture that they are living in. Everything is a choice in life. Marriage is a choice. Childbearing is a choice. Going to school is a choice. Becoming religious is a choice. The religion you belong to is a choice. Having boyfriend, girlfriend is a choice. The occupation you have is a choice. Being single or celibate is a choice. You name it. There are so many choices in life. Or to put it even in a different way, life itself is a choice. You have probably heard of people who choose to take their own lives. I do not recommend this. Or you probably know of a person or two who took their own lives. My point is, don't let anyone deceive you into doing something you don't want to do. Do not let culture or society or family make you do something that you do not want or like to do. You are first a human being before you knew what culture was all about. In this vlog, let me go a little further in the limiting beliefs regarding marriage and childbearing. Many people, because of the culture or society expectation of them, decide to get married when in actuality, some of those people do not have the desire to be married. Many people have babies today because it is what their culture and family and friends expect them to do, when in actuality, they do not have any paternal or maternal instincts, or even when in actuality they have other goals and desires that dominate their thoughts and their outlooks on life. A case study on this type of culture is Africa. African countries are notorious in forcing individuals to live lives in this way. I was born in Nigeria, and I think that Nigeria may be the worst of them all in this kind of life distortion. A woman is not respected if she is not married, and if she is married and could not bear children, she is also disrespected equally. Nigerian men will talk down on a woman in public discussions. When the woman speaks in public and her speech does not support what these men value, their response to the woman, regardless of the topic, is in the neighborhood of Are you married? Shouldn't you be at home tending to your husband? You are disgracing your husband in public. You are a disgrace to your family, and on and on and on. Yes, literally. We are in the 21st century and still have primitive cultures such as these. This is why I strongly believe that we need to talk about these things, because so many women are suffering, even some men too, I would say. So they are suffering under these oppressive cultures. People in these cultures must start seeing that the rest of the progressive world are way past this sort of behaviors. The world has almost 8 billion people, and some expert can authoritatively say that the world has become overpopulated. Yet we have cultures that still shame people, especially women, for not being married and being mothers. This needs to stop. I don't know what you believe in, but I'm a Christian. I read the Bible, okay? And the Bible tells us that God said that we should multiply and replenish the earth. But some people mistake it to only mean we should all have babies. No, that's not the sole meaning of that instruction. When you factor in the fact that not everyone is biologically able to produce after their kind. The same Bible talked about many people who did not bear children, including Jesus Christ, who is the foundation of Christianity. I could go on with more examples of this. More so, multiply and replenish the earth includes bearing fruits that are worthy of replenishment, including fruits and vegetables, and all we consume as food to sustain us. Limiting beliefs are behaviors, and behaviors keep cultures very backward. It is so bad in Nigeria that even people with mental illness, women with mental illness and men with mental illness are forced into marriage just so they can produce babies and not bring shame to their families. I have seen it happen many times. Tell me how somebody with mental illness can raise a child to be a healthy and successful human being. Producing after their own kind, don't you think they may produce mentally ill people? Remember what the Bible says, to replenish after their own kind. Okay, so when you think about it, a mentally ill person having a child, not that the child will not be sane, but what will the mentally ill person impact in the child if left alone with them, which is how it's supposed to be. Bearing children is your personal responsibility to make sure you raise the right child with the right behavior. People who have no education or livelihood are also forced into marriage in Nigeria, and this ends up perpetuating a culture of economic and mental poverty, which continues to keep the country backwards. Just take a look at the current economic and political situation in Nigeria. The roots come from all the limiting beliefs that lead them to poor life choices. The root of Nigeria problems comes from all the limiting beliefs that lead them to making poor life choices. Everybody in life has a calling. Some people are not called to be married or to bear children. If you truly have the desire to marry and bear children, good, then do it and do it well. Just make sure that you are capable of giving the children all they need to be equipped for success. If you have the desire to be a leader or a trailblazer in some scientific field, then that is your calling. Do it and do it well. If you have the calling to teach, do it and do it well. Don't get me wrong. Some people can combine all these things and do them, but only a few can do them very well at the same time. Because as common as we all know, oftentimes these people that do them all do one or two of these things well, and at the detriment of the rest of them. Some do well in business while their children suffer emotionally in their absence. My personal experience, I once allowed the limiting beliefs of the society where I was born and their expectation lead me into a premature marriage, which has now ended, by the way. In that marriage, I lost a child in the process after he was birthed at 5 months old due to a miscarriage. As I grew to know myself better, as I became more and more self-aware, presently I have learned that I no longer think of marriage and bearing biological children. I have 6 godchildren. I care about them. And there are many young people whom I've never met who call me mama just through my life work. 90% of the time, I am consumed by thoughts of how to help people and what to do to make this world a better place. The remaining 10%, I leave it to the creator of mankind, who may have other plans for me. And I am okay with the choice I have made. I don't dwell on marriage and childbearing, and I don't allow societal expectations hold me back. That's it for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section and have a fantastic week. Mwah.